Family. So today we're going to go into exactly how to grow your Instagram. So I got a few questions about this, and I've been pretty decently big on Instagram. Like I got my first 10K followers back in like 2017, and then I got to probably like 50K in like 2019. So all these are have stood the test of time. Everything I'm going to teach you has stood the test of time. So let's walk right through exactly how to grow that. As you can see, this is my Instagram currently. I did grow 3K followers, no 4K followers in the past like month. I get about a million impressions every about 60 days. So like about 500,000 every 30 days. And that's mostly with like a fitness page. I'm not really like, because if I thirst trap, it gets up to like millions. But I do like, as you can see, mostly like fitness transformations, things like that. So I will walk you through exactly what you need to grow your Instagram. A lot of you guys have been asking this, and Instagram can be used for leverage, right? And a lot of brands tend to look at your Instagram now, and it's a great way to network as well. And it is the number one dating app. So those are just some of the reasons why you can consider or why you would want to grow your Instagram. So here we go. All right. So the first thing, the basics that you need to know, like this is super basic, but some people actually don't know this because I've had people with these kind of profiles ask me like, hey, how do I grow my Instagram? Right. So the first thing is you want to make sure your account's public. Like you want to be a public figure on Instagram, right? That means your account has to be public. All right. So people can find you. And if someone meets you in person and they see you have a private profile, this shit's just weird too. But you're not going to be on the explore page if you're not public. And obviously, if you're not on the explore page, new people can't find you. And if you post the reels, only your current followers can find you. So you can't grow if you have a private account. Okay. Make sure you have a profile picture and make sure it's not like AI or just some random cat shit or something like that. Like something like you don't want it to be something like this. All right. Because I mean, this is obviously a weird page. They actually have followers, but they probably bought them all because I looked at the likes and they're low. But anyways, you don't want like a weird profile picture. You just want something that shows you. Like this is basically a profile picture, like me looking right here, normal profile picture, right? Or something related to whatever your brand is. So if you're doing fitness, maybe you could do like a shirtless picture, or like a professional picture. If you can get a professional photo shoot picture, it's even better because I usually use like a professional photo shoot picture with like my shirt off, just because I do fitness. Like I said, if you do like lifestyle or like stock trading, you could just do something like a suit, but just a professional picture that looks good, it looks presentable, it looks professional. Because remember, Instagram is your resume when it comes to like working with brands and things like that. So if they see a weird profile picture like this, they'll be like, yeah, our brand is interested, right? Follower ratio. A lot of people don't think this is important. Listen, it's subjective. It is actually kind of important. Because when people see you with like 38,000 followers and you're following only 300 people, then they're like, oh, wow, this person must be like a public figure. And they automatically are like, oh, this guy's a leader, not a follower. Because if you're a leader, obviously you have more people following you than you follow. If you're a follower, you follow more people, then obviously you have following you. So you don't want to have just like 300 followers following like 30,000 people. Is basically what I'm saying. If you have like 10,000 followers and you follow like 1,000 people, that's not bad either. Or 100 people, that's not bad. Um, a lot of people, a lot of people will have like, you know, they'll be following like 10,000 people and they'll have like 1,000 followers. People look at it, they kind of think it's weird. If you're going to use Instagram as a dating app, having like a pretty good ratio, I would say 10-to-1 ratio. So if you have 100,000 followers, you can follow like 1,000 people or something like that. Having that ratio, if you're going to use it as a dating app, really does help. I swear to God, talking from experience, guys. All right, old, blurry, weird pictures. You don't want those either. Like a picture of you with your cat or something, or just like you in like a disheveled shirt, disheveled appearance. You want everything to look clean and professional. Now, if you're doing like fitness, like I said, then obviously you want to have like fitness videos, fitness workout, whatever you do. Like if you're doing social media marketing or if you're doing stock trading, then everything should be like stock trading, should be relevant. And in your bio, you want to tell people exactly what you do so it's very clear to them. And that's exactly what we're going into next. All right, so have a purpose and provide value. So I've seen this dude on like TikTok a lot and on Instagram. He has a very, very good page. This is a very great example. So as you can see, it's like all fitness. Like, and you could tell that he's going to provide value. Like when someone goes to your page, if you're doing fitness, if someone goes to your page and they look at your page, they should be able to lose fat, but also get enough value, be inspired, and learn a lot as well. Like you could see, look at all these questions. These are great questions. You could tell this is very organized, and you could get a lot of value from this. I already got motivation just looking at these results. Like, yeah, like if you know this dude, go ahead and follow him. I don't know him, but like his page is amazing. I see him all the time on TikTok, like literally all the time. All right, so obviously when you're building a brand, you want to build an identity. Like he's a fitness coach. He says it very clearly here, and he helps men lose weight, as you can see. Who do you serve? Like I said, he helps people lose weight, so you know exactly who he serves. Now, if you're doing social media marketing, maybe you help like maybe help brands grow their page by 10x in like a year or something like that. Just be very clear in what you do. Maybe you do modeling and you have like the management in your account. Like if you get managed by like Wilhelmina or something like that, if you have a modeling agency or like a modeling manager, just so it's very clear what you do. So if a brand were to come to your page and you model and it says like managed by this person and they see your page and like, oh, I like these pictures, then they'll hit you up, right? Another thing you want to ask is look at your own page and be like, can I go to my own page and get value? So if you do fitness, can you lose weight if you look at your own page or gain muscle? If you do modeling, do you have modeling shots on your page, right? If a brand looked at your page, would they be like, oh, I could work with them? If Fashion Nova looked at your page, would they be like, oh, I want to send them some clothes so they can model? All right. Another thing you want to do is make a posting schedule and commit. Of course, this is more so you can be consistent yourself. I know Instagram does value consistency, but when it comes to us, we tend to not be very, very consistent, right? Like we just tend to sometimes we post, sometimes we don't, and that really messes with the algorithm. Um, if the algorithm sees you post 3 times in one day and then you don't post at all for like another 3 weeks, and then you post 14 times in a week, and then you don't post at all for like another 10 weeks, that's not going to be very good. Remember, you're not Odell Beckham. You can't have like 2 posts, or you're not, XX Temptation. You can't have 1 post and have like 2 million likes, right? People are already looking for him because he's famous outside of Instagram. All right. So if you're not one of these celebrities, which most of us are not, you're going to have to be consistent. That's just how it works, right? Focus on what you can control. You can control posting consistently and showing up consistently. So I would recommend, especially with the state of social media these days, at least like once a day, like a reel or a post every single day, just because, that'll give you more chances to be seen. That'll increase the possibility for you to be seen. If it's TikTok, that's a whole different story. You could do like a majillion posts, but like on Instagram, 1 post a day is definitely fine. If you don't have any posts to do, then do some photo shoots, make some content. Like I said, make sure it's related to your whatever your niche is or who you're trying to serve. All right, next, post quality pictures. As you can see, the camera I'm using right now to film this video, I use it for my pictures as well. If you don't invest in a camera lens, then you can always use your iPhone. Just know how to use it, know how to work with lighting. I've seen a lot of people use iPhones for workout videos and for pictures, but the way they use it is they really understand lighting very well. And they might even use like the sun when the sun is at its highest or when the sun's setting, but they understand lighting very well. They do their best with it. So just pay attention to detail when you do take pictures on your iPhone. Make sure it's a good area with lighting. And then also do photo shoots with photographers, just because like obviously the pictures will come out great, but like photo shoots with photographers will teach you a lot about cameras in general, a lot about lenses, and a lot about, posing and your best side, your best look, because sometimes the left side of your face looks better in picture, right side of your face looks better in picture, or your left arm or your right arm, things like that. All right. And if you do invest in a camera, these are some very budget friendly options. Sony ZV-1 is pretty budget friendly and it shoots in 4K. Sony A7R2, that's actually what I use for this picture. Look at the background blur, it's pretty nice. And there's a 50 milliliter lens that's very, very cheap that you can use as well, right? So for all of the Sonys, 50 milliliter lens, you can do a third party lens through Samyang, they're pretty cheap. And then Canon EOS RP is very good for pictures, not the best for videos, not gonna lie. All the Sonys are great for video. This Canon is not very good for video. The in-body stabilization is absolutely ass, I'm not gonna lie. So if you get an EOS RP, it's great for pictures. Like the pictures look better than this. This is a Sony, right? The pictures look better than this. And then the lens, the 50 milliliter lens is like $200. So it's pretty budget friendly for cameras, because really quality cameras it's gonna cost you, but you're never gonna buy a new one. Like the way I like to look at it is like, okay, yeah, I got a Sony A7R2. It did cost like $1,000, and the lens and all that other stuff probably like $1,500. But you pay that once, right? And then you keep it it's been like 5 years now. So if you split the $1,500 I spent into 5 years, it's like $250 per year, right? That's how I like to look at it, because it's an investment, but it'll make you a lot of connections, a lot of money, and yeah, so it's worth it. All right, posting quality pictures, part 2. Like this is a photo shoot right here, as you can see. What people don't know is that, like, because everyone's so focused on reels lately, like quality pictures gain a lot of followers for a long period of time. Like I posted a picture a month ago, and it got me like 1,000 followers just off that one picture. Yeah, that was like April 16th. So yeah, literally like a month ago, I posted a picture and it got me like 1,000 followers. There's a lot of pictures that give me like anywhere from 100 to 1,000 followers, sometimes 2,000 followers, things like that, right? Just from posting pictures. Because if you post a quality picture and you hashtag explore page, you are going to land on the explore page. And when you land on the explore page, new people will see you consistently over time, right? Because it'll just sit on the explore page. How many times have you been on the explore page and you see something from like a year ago or like 3 months ago? Exactly. It happens all the time. So it's super important to still post pictures. A lot of people are focused on video and reels, and they don't realize that you can bring a lot of new eyes to your page through picture. My pictures is pretty much how I get like the most followers, to be honest. Like reels, I get some new people, look at my stuff and, new clients and stuff like that, but mostly from pictures. All right. Next, reels. Like I said, I'm not the best at reels, you know what I mean? But as long as you have a purpose when you post the reels, like that's related to your niche, then you should be good. Like I said, if you're like a stock trader or something and you're talking about stocks, then you'll reach more stock people and you'll reach new people, of course, because that's what reels are for. Reels help you reach new people, so to post. So just make sure it's aligned with whatever your goal is. If you're a stock trader trying to have a Discord or you work one on one with people, then talk about stocks on your reels, and it'll literally get shown to people. And people who save it, when people save stuff, it gets a lot of views. Most of my views from this one came from Facebook. It's like something at the bottom that says Facebook plays. So this shows the Instagram stuff is not a lot, but like the Facebook was really high, and like the Facebook impressions were super insane, right? So make sure when you do post reels, you connect your Instagram and Facebook, because this barely went viral on Instagram, but it went viral on Facebook. So then the views come on here too. All right. So with your reels, of course, use a hook. So if, for example, if you're trying to get people to lose fat, just be like, here is the number one reason people aren't fucking losing any belly fat, or here's the number one reason you have a big ass stomach, shit like that. You say that, and people are gonna be like, oh shit, like what the fuck, and they're gonna pay attention to it because you hook them in, you hook their attention. And their tonality, my tonality is not the best, but my regular tonality is probably like, hey guys. But my tonality when I'm doing the reels is like, all right guys, so if you're trying to lose weight, it's a little bit higher. Most people go really, 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 really high with their tonality, like a lot of energy with their tonality, because that's how you capture attention, guys. Let's be honest. All right. And the power of the compound effect, guys. That's another thing you need to realize. Like being consistent, the algorithm is going to reward it. Because I remember my backup page is literally stuck at 200 followers, right? Because I got my backup page at 36K and my main page to 143K. But anyways, my backup page was stuck at 200 followers for the longest, but I just kept posting consistently. A picture a day, a reels a day, a picture a day, a reels a day. It was not doing anything. I was getting like freaking 20 likes per pic, maybe. Sometimes it was 50, sometimes it was 10, sometimes it was literally 5. And my views were so bad. And then eventually one reel went viral, and then all the other ones started to pick up. Like even the old ones started to pick up, right? And now that page gets like 500,000 impressions, every month basically, and that's my backup page. So being consistent goes a long way, guys. I know a lot of us give up after like you post for like a month straight. A month straight is not enough. Give yourself at least 6 months and like really evaluate like what kind of progress you make. But honestly, I would say post literally until. I know some people like until you get the results. Like the end date is until you get the results. Like don't just quit. I know some people who literally like here's the reach on my backup page from a post. Like that's pretty insane, right? And that's like there's a lot of posts like this that get on the explore page and get like anywhere from 100,000 to a million impressions, like very consistently. I would say like at least once a month, more like once a week. All right. I currently have a post going viral on my backup page right now, like a picture post. It's currently going viral right now. But anyways, like I was going to say, being consistent is super important, guys. Like I know some people, it took them a year for it to grow. Some people it takes a month. And you don't know how long it's going to take. So just be willing to put in the work and be consistent and focus on the process. All right, so posting stories, post stories daily so people can get like more of an insight. Like if you're a stock trader and you show your daily charts and shit like that, it'll really get people's attention and it'll get them to trust you and things like that. And it is interesting. Like if I'm trying to learn stocks and you're posting stocks every single day, like I'm gonna be very interested in what you're doing, right? So just think about it like that, and think about it as kind of like your own MTV show, or like your own vlog. Like think about your story like a vlog. Just document everything you do. Don't really focus on like creating or trying to like do crazy shit. Just document what you're doing. Like if you're eating, like for example, fitness. If you're eating like a clean breakfast, post your breakfast. If you're eating lunch, post your lunch. If you're meal prepping, post your meal prep. Simple things like that, and then definitely get people to interact with story polls and the question features. This is pretty good to get people to like ask you questions. This is pretty good to like get people to answer questions. Like for example, For stock trading, you could be like, do you know what an option is? And most people will probably put no. And then you could probably send them an ebook about like how to use options because that would make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? And then eventually they'd be like, damn, this dude knows a lot of stuff. Let me buy his stock trading course. And it helps them and then it helps you. Like you guys both benefit, right? All right. So listen up, guys. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. Too many people overthink and they don't do enough. A lot of people think and they don't do enough. They're like, you know what? I really need, listen, I have a crazy idea. Like I've had a lot of people say this to me, they're like, I have a crazy idea. Like I'm going to like rent out like this place and then like rent a Lambo and do this for my Instagram. It's like, listen, you don't need to reinvent the wheel or do anything crazy. You really just need to be consistent. Like consistency will always kill just like you having like this crazy big post. Like if you buy a bunch of stuff and you rent a bunch of stuff for one post or for one series of posts, you're not going to be able to be consistent with that because that's not sustainable. So get a sustainable posting model and be consistent, right? And another thing you could do is like if someone's in your like, all right, so this dude's like a model or something. I see this guy all the time, right? So anyways, I see this guy all the time. So if you have like, if you want to do modeling and you like kind of like model it after his page, you're going to get some good results as far as like impressions, but you might even get signed by agency if you like kind of tailor after his look, obviously in your own way. And obviously you don't want to change, you don't want to keep his exact like clothes, but like similar styles or like similar ideas, right? You get ideas from other people. Like if you're a personal trainer and you follow James Smith PT, he has great ideas. He has like the best fitness page probably. You can follow his page and kind of copy a little bit off of that because innovation is key. You don't have to invent anything. You just have to innovate. All right. And then if you want to do like social media marketing, you can follow Iman Ghatzi. I think he does that. I'm not sure. I think he does that. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, you can follow him and he'll do kind of like those kind of videos. All right. So here's one of the most common issues I actually see. All right. So I've had this happen multiple times. So I had a personal trainer and he asked me, he was like, yo, bro, because he does in-person training. He wanted to move to online. And he was like, yo, bro, how do I get online clients or how do I get my Instagram to grow? And I'm like, well, first of all, just post every day. Like you post very rarely. And he's like, okay, that's good advice. And I was like, and make sure you use the camera. So he was like, all right, bro, I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep you updated. Right. 2 months later, he asked me the same question and I go to his page and I'm like, dude, you didn't implement anything I told you. You haven't posted, you posted once a month the past 2 months and I told you to post every day. So obviously he's not going to get seen if he's not posting enough. And obviously he won't grow if he's not posting enough either. All right. Like I said, you're not a celebrity. You're not going to grow by being inconsistent. All right. Celebrities can post once a year and have a lot of followers because people are looking for them because they're famous in real life. All right. They have value. They add value in real life. They add value through movies. All right. Or like through music, other things like that. So another, fitness influencer asked me the same thing. A photographer asked me, he was like, hey man, how do I get more photography clients? And I'm like, dude, post your work. I didn't even know you're a photographer until you DM me. And I went to his page. It was like 2 pictures of him and like a dog or some shit like that. And I'm like, yo. And then the name wasn't like Luther Photography or Luther Photographs. It was just like he had like this weird ass name, and I was like, dude, I had no idea you're a photographer. Like no, like everyone, 100 people could look at his page, and all of them will guess he's not a photographer, but he was a photographer. That's a problem. Make sure your name makes fucking sense. If you're doing social media marketing, put like Luther Marketing or some shit like that. All right. Anyways, some girl I used to date too. She wanted to grow her Instagram, so I like gave her some tips, and her shit grew like crazy. All right. So, anyways, this is very similar to the philosophy my Walmart manager had. So I remember one day I was putting out a bunch of food because we were trying to get the GDP of the bakery to grow or whatever, like the growth to go up because it went from like 10% to like 20% to like 30% when I got there. We were trying to get it to like 50% or something like that. So I was putting out stuff and then I was helping somebody, right? I started helping a bunch of people around and like, oh, here's this, here's that. And he came out, right? He came out, he saw me helping other people. He was like, don't you ever waste your fucking time helping other people ever again. I was like, what the fuck? It's like the opposite of like Target or something. But anyways, he was like, don't you ever waste your time helping other people again. You need to put the product out because if there's no product out, then there's no chance for people to, buy the product. So the goal was to make sure that the products are seen. That's the same concept with Instagram. All right. Like focus on actually putting yourself out there. Like you have to post for people to know you. A lot of people are like, oh man, well, I can't grow my Instagram. And it's like, I mean, you have 3 posts in the past 3 years. I don't think you should grow your Instagram. Like Instagram doesn't know who you are either. You know what I mean? Like people don't know who you are. So the more posts you put out, like if you're consistent and you post every day, more likely you are to be on the explore page. All right. It's like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Literally. That's exactly the same concept. Anyways, why building an Instagram may matter because you get some networking opportunities, like I said. It's a billboard for your business. I've gotten on a front cover of a I got a front cover of a book. Shade Rooms posted me. I've got like different, you know, different like business collaborations. I've gotten like just social media collaborations too, like influencing. There's just a lot of opportunities that I would not get if I didn't have an Instagram, guys. Um, and yeah, so the key to building your personal brand in general is your Instagram, guys. And it's literally the number one dating app. And it's been the number one dating app since at least 2017. And I feel like TikTok was number one in like 2021 and 2022, just from my experience. Because, yeah, a lot of stories. But, anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you want to grow your Instagram, like I said, make sure you're consistent. It's gonna be the biggest thing because literally, here's the thing with Instagram, guys. Like if they see you're consistent, because I'm pretty sure I posted this. You see this post right here? I'm pretty sure I posted it before, and it got like 500 likes, right? And then I reposted it again, it probably got 1,000. Then I posted it again like a month later, and it got like 20,000 likes. So it's like and this, with all these views and stuff like this will bring in like a lot of people, right? And if you guys don't know, I train nurses. So like this post brought in like a lot of clients for me, so I got to help a lot of clients, which is cool. And then, they got to work with me. So yeah. So I hope this video helps. If it does, I'll make more like it. I just don't know how many people are actually interested in stuff like this. But yeah, I just I unintentionally have a lot of knowledge about this because I used to study the Instagram algorithm every like month, starting in 2017. Like every first month of the year, I used to just like read a bunch of shit about the algorithm and try a bunch of different shit. My Instagram probably says I only have like 1,000 posts, but I archive probably like 5,000 posts. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe.